Carlbo Tennis.
Hi, tennis coach Robert here with carlbotennis.com. Today we're going to talk about the backhand and the shoulder turn. Okay, so we have talked about the racket take back, the contact point, and now we're going to talk about the shoulder part. The shoulder part is one part that a lot of players neglect, both on the forehand side and the backhand, but in particular on the backhand side. So what I generally see is players would take the racket back. Sometimes they will have okay hip rotation, so they will go ahead and rotate, but I'm going to show you first no hip rotation. So the player ends up doing this. So if you can see this motion right here, I'm just using my elbow and my upper body. I'm not using my lower body, and my shoulders are facing forward. So end up having this kind of motion like this. Sometimes I'll have players that will go ahead and rotate their hips. So they get here. Once they're here, then the arm comes up. So they turn, they get to here, and the arm comes up. And the same thing happens with the backhand. We'll have players that just go straight up here, straight in a linear motion. That's okay. They come here. We don't get the last part of the shoulder turn. And the same thing applies to the forehand. So I'm going to do this with my left hand. So people hit the ball, and it'll hit, and it will come up here. The shoulders didn't turn, and sometimes they'll come straight up. So I'm just going to use the throw quickly as a demonstration to show you how my shoulder turns. I'm going to do this with my left hand. So I go ahead, and once I throw the ball, I rotate, I hit, and then you're going to see my shoulder turns. Okay, so I release the ball, and my shoulder turns here at the end. So I get in position, my hips turn, release, and my shoulder turn. That's a continuation of the rotation after I hit the ball. So I have this set up, so it's approximately what I like to say, this area right here between here and here is approximately 3 feet. So if I have contact here, I hit the ball here, okay, at 3 feet, whether I do it with my one-hander or two-hander, I'm going to go across this way. After I hit the ball, I'm going to go across this way about 3 feet, and that's going to take my chest forward. So you can see I have contact, and then I turn here, my chest comes forward. Now I'm using my chest also. Okay, so on the two-hander, I hit the ball here, and then I turn, my chest come up here. On the two-hander, when you do it, a lot of times a useful thing is I do have the shoulder and the chin connecting. Okay, so you have contact, and it would come up, my head is still, and then I get up to here. That's approximately 3 feet, and then I'm able to then look up, bend the elbow. So here on the two-hander, contact, cross here, and then bend the elbow. So I'm going to go ahead and show. So I hit this ball here, and then you see me come across. I'm going to do two-hander. So here, the ball comes, and I go across and finish approximately. So I go forward first, and then across. That's to help me to make sure that I turn my shoulder. Forward and then across. I'll show you with the two-hander, forward and then across. So again here, forward and then across. I'm going to go with my one-hander again, forward and across, and this will give me, adjust my feet, forward and across. That should give me some additional rotation in my chest over here, and on the two-hander, go forward and across and bend. Okay, forward, across, and bend. So this shoulder, and on the forehand side, across, we want to make sure that happens. Racket is back, hit, shoulder, and across, making sure that shoulder is turning. So even on my forehand, I need to make sure that I'm able to get that shoulder turn going. I hope this video has been helpful to you. So as we segment the shots into different parts, whether it's your forehand or your backhand, we start with the lower body, adjusting your feet, etc., etc. And then we have this pivot and turn motion, which creates forward momentum and also leg drive. And then, as we have to remember, these ground strokes are primarily rotational shots, okay? We're rotating, okay? You can also have linear shots, and we'll talk more of a slice shot or a volley. They're linear. We don't go across the body. But these rotational shots, in order to be very effective, we rotate from the bottom, and then as we finish off with the deceleration / follow through, the shoulders get involved, and then the elbow and the wrist at the end. So the elbow and the wrist are happening after the ball is gone. So the risk of strain on these joints are going to be very small. So we talk about injury prevention. I'm using my big muscles and ball is gone, and I'm just doing this at the end. The risk of tennis elbow and things like that are going to be reduced significantly. One of the main reasons for tennis elbow and some of the upper body issues that we have is a result of too much use of the upper body. We're not using enough of the lower body to hit the ball. I hope this video has been useful and helpful. If it has, please subscribe. I appreciate you guys looking in at these videos. And if you subscribe, that helps me out a lot, so I appreciate that tremendously. And thank you so much for taking the time to stop by and look at these videos. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
For more information on Carlbo Tennis, visit www.carlbotennis.com. If you wish to email Coach Robert, please do so at robert@carlbotennis.com or visit his Facebook page at www.facebook.com/Carlbo Tennis. Tennis for the people.